Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be taking you through all of the books that I want to read in the month of June. I am so excited for June. There are so many reading plans that I want to do that I feel like I don't have time for, but these books are definitely ones that I really want to prioritize. These ones are all queer books. They are either written by queer authors or feature queer characters. So the first book that I really want to read is I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. This is her debut YA novel. Casey has written other books in the past, both of which I absolutely loved, and they were both adult romances. So this is Casey's first YA novel. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't actually looked too closely at the synopsis. I just knew I would want to read it because it's Casey McQuiston, and Casey McQuiston is a auto-buy author for me at this point. So let's just quickly read it out because it's nice and short and snappy. A month before graduating from Willow Grove Christian Academy, the principal's perfect daughter, prom queen Shara Wheeler, kisses Chloe Green and vanishes. On a furious hunt for answers, Chloe discovers she's not the only one Shara kissed. There's also Smith, Shara's longtime sweetheart, and Rory, Shara's bad boy neighbor with a crush. Thrown into an unlikely alliance, Chloe, Smith and Rory follow Shara's trail of annoyingly cryptic clues, and Chloe starts to suspect that there might be more to this small town and to Shara than she thought. So it sounds like Shara might be bi, potentially. I'm not 100% sure yet, and I'm not sure what sexuality Chloe is, but I'm gonna read it. I'm really excited. I love the cover. I pre-ordered this one as soon as I was able to, and I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Next up, I have a graphic novel, and that is Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and illustrated by Wendy Zhu. So this is a sapphic romance between a teenage witch and a werewolf. Their romance starts to develop in the middle of an investigation about what is happening to the werewolf's magic, and I've just heard it's really cute, really fun, and I'm just really excited for it. This has been on my TBR for so long. I remember when I first picked this one up, it took me ages to actually physically find in a bookstore, and then I just haven't read it for some reason, so I figure now is the best time to. I'm just so excited for this. Next, I have a reread for me. Now, this isn't just any reread. This is a book that I've already read 3 times in the past, and that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is arguably my favorite book of all time, which is why I've already read it 3 times, but I absolutely adore this. This recently got a lot of hype last year on Book Talk, as it deserves, and I am just really excited to reread it again. If you haven't heard of this, this is told by Monique, who is a small reporter, and she is hired by Evelyn Hugo, who is one of the hugest stars of her time, to write her biography. And Monique has no idea why Evelyn Hugo, of all people, wants her to write her biography for her. It tells Evelyn Hugo's entire life story and her 7 husbands and her relationships and her bisexuality, and it's just, oh my god, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. I love this book so much. Like, it is absolutely everything, and I'm just really excited for another reread. Even if this is something that you don't think that you would be into, I think you should give it a go anyway and listen to the audiobook maybe, because the audiobook is fantastic. It is so well narrated, and I love this story so much. I didn't think that this would be for me, but a couple of years ago I gave it a chance, and I'm so glad I did because I'm obsessed with it. Next up, I really want to read Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I have never read a Ashley Herring Blake book before. I've heard so many good things about her writing, but I've never picked up any of her books, and I don't know why. So this will be my first Ashley Herring Blake book, which I'm really excited for. It is a sapphic romance, and it follows Delilah, who swore she would never go back to her hometown, but then she ends up going back there in order to take photos for her sister's wedding. She ends up meeting and getting to know her stepsister's best friend Claire, and she thinks that she's really stuck up at first, and Claire is a single mother, so she's really busy, and she ends up falling for Delilah Green as well. She doesn't want to, but they do, and I'm assuming they fall in love, and I'm just really excited for it. I think it sounds really good, and I think it's just gonna be a fun time. The next book I want to read is a bit of an older novel, but it's been on my TBR forever. It is Amelia Westlake by Erin Goff, and this follows Harriet Price, who is a prefect at the grammar school. She lives in a mansion, she has a gorgeous girlfriend, and she ends up creating a hoax to expose the grammar school's many issues, and she ends up getting help from the school bad girl named Will. At first they are enemies, but they end up getting closer, and tensions start to get higher, and yeah, I think it's a enemies to lovers YA romance, and I'm really excited for it. Again, this is another one I've heard really good things about when it first came out, but I feel like I haven't really heard too much since then. Apparently Erin Goff has written other sapphic YA fiction as well, so if I like this one, maybe I will get to her other titles, but hopefully I really enjoy this. I think it's going to be a fun time. The final book that I really want to prioritize in June is Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This is another book that I have been saying that I'm going to read forever, and I just haven't for some reason, and I'm really hoping to get to it this month. So I'm going to read the synopsis for this one as well. When his traditional Latinx family has problems accepting his gender, Yadriel becomes determined to prove himself a real brujo. With the help of his cousin and his best friend Maritza, he performs the Quince's ritual himself and then sets out to find the ghost of his murdered cousin and set it free. However, the ghost he summons is actually Julian Diaz, the school's resident bad boy, and Julian is not about to go quietly into death. He's determined to find out what happened and tie up some loose ends before he leaves. Left with no choice, Yadriel agrees to help Julian so that they can both get what they want, but the longer Yadriel spends with Julian, the less he wants him to leave. Male-male romance, trans main character, ghosts. It just sounds absolutely fantastic. This is another one I've heard lots of positive reviews for, and I'm really excited to get to it. So they are all of the books that I really want to read in June. Hopefully I get to all of them and I have a bit of a better reading month in June than I did in May. We'll see. But yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations or whether I should prioritize any of these, and let me know what you're reading for Pride Month. I will leave all of my socials down in the description box below so you can go check them out, and I hope you have a fantastic day or night, and I'll see you all next time.